Hello everyone, this is Bloody Young Year in Sound of a Drop, Fall into Poison. Sound of a Drop, Fall into Poison is a visual novel horror venture game. I haven't read much into it, saw much into it. All I saw was like the trailer and some pictures, and I thought it looked pretty cool to try out, so let's get started, shall we? Before she realized it, the girl was standing before an imposing door. The girl occasionally came to Manten, I think that's how to pronounce, Aquarium alone. She watched the manta rays, she watched the jellyfish, and finally she decided it was time to go home. Where is this? She had her doubts, but there should be nothing else there except for the aquarium. She assured herself that she probably had wandered off onto a side path. The door before her had a large padlock hanging from it. Just as she had heard, it was unlocked and merely dangling there. The girl drew in a breath. Being locked would usually mean that it was a place she shouldn't enter. Being open just meant a staff member had forgotten to lock it. So going in was out of the question. Her curiosity piqued. She was past the point of persuasion. Her imagination ran wild, and her mind raced at the prospect of what might lie beyond the door. Just for a little bit. Curiosity is what killed the cat. She opened the door and saw lots of glass tanks. Several types of fish hailing from the deep seas, from football fish and oarfish to pelican eels and barrel eyes were swimming about. Why isn't this an exhibit? She thought it over, wondering why this would be in an enclosed area. Behind her, the door shut on its own. The door faced out, staring at the deep sea fish swimming about. They would leap from the tank and swim in midair. The entity of the room was the fish and their ocean. Though it was an unnatural occurrence, the girl treated it as quite normal. Wasn't there originally a deep sea fish booth that was shut down? She suddenly remembered. At the moment, her surroundings were dyed a deep red. The water in the tanks, the fluorescent lights, all of it was red. The girl's vision also became red. When she opened her eyes, the girl was back in her room. It was well into the night. She couldn't remember how she had gotten home after all of that. But more importantly, she had a bad feeling about something else. It isn't red here? She became aware of how hard it suddenly was to breathe. Remember how hard she gasped? She was unable to get oxygen into her body. Like the fish who couldn't breathe anywhere but in the water, she couldn't breathe unless she was inside the red color. She was convinced. On impulse, she threw open the window, leaned out, and thrusted a hand outside. She couldn't inhale the wind flooding her room. She could only smell its milky and pleasant scent. At the moment, the girl's body was tossed into the air for just a second. Her body seemed to float like a fish in the sea. Her room was on the 12th floor of her apartment building. In her fainting confidence, the girl watched her blood flow endlessly from her body. It's red. Only then she could breathe. Now everything would be fine. The girl smiled. The full moon in the night sky smiled too. Ignore the mouse cursor if it bothers you. Drip, drip. The sound of falling drops. The moon was concealed behind the clouds, and all of the lights in the town were covered in water. The sound of it the only thing left to resonate. She couldn't tell whether it was hot or cold, merely that the humid air was encircling her. Drip, drip. Wherever they were falling to, wherever they were coming from, the drops just continued to trickle out. That single drop. It stopped. I stopped it with both hands. The sound of that solitary red drop. Or at least there's an urban legend that goes like that. Talking about the Manten Aquarium again? That's your new thing, isn't it? While stuffing her lunch into her mouth, Tamagawa Himono spoke, her eyes sparkling. I had no idea which point in the story got her so excited. That's right. Isn't this the scariest part? That the girl jumped to her death, smiling, and after coming from the Manten Aquarium? It's pretty bad. Yet you don't seem the least bit scared. Whatever. That's not true. I've got chills running down my spine. Someone who's got chills running down her spine wouldn't be eating pastry so cheerfully. Someone who's got chills running down her spine wouldn't be eating a pastry so cheerfully. And hey, I found meatball. During a break in the conversation, Himeno, I think I can pronounce, stole a side dish from my lunchbox. From my boxed lunch. Wow, can't English. This minced meat from growing cows and little piglets is the best. Why do you have to put it like that? Jeez. Why did you have to make me lose my appetite? I'll give you the rest of it. Alright. I'll take it. Himeno takes the rest of the meatballs for my lunch with an amazing rhythm. The reason that Nakanobu Yumi, I think that's how it's pronounced, lost my appetite wasn't because Himeno's stories scared me. Manten Aquarium and I are connected in a way that I'd rather not think about. Of course, Himeno has no idea about that connection. If she knew, she'd never mention Manten Aquarium around me again. At the same time, I've been afraid that this thing might cause Himeno to stop talking to me. Himeno is pretty much my only friend. It isn't that I haven't talked to anyone since entering junior high, just that the only person I can actually call a friend is Himeno. Seriously, I think the whole Manten Aquarium rumor obsession is getting to me a bit. Maybe there's so many rumors, like that there's a man's ghost in the tanks, that the deep sea fish booth is only open on a full moon, that the water changes into blood, or that you can hear it crying from behind the tanks. That earlier one goes with this one also. No, that's fine. You don't need to say any more, I say firmly, causing Himeno to make a sour face. Soon after, Himeno changes the subject, first to drama TV that aired the night before, then to some cute fake nails with cats on them she found in a magazine. She talks about a classmate who was dating a boy from a nearby private school. Alighting on the subject quickly before changing to the next. Normally the subject of Manten Aquarium shouldn't have popped up again. Anyway, getting back to what we were talking about earlier. What exactly are we getting back to? Manten Aquarium. I looked into it, and this Sunday will be a full moon. Huh? That was all I could say. The rest of my words weren't able to come out. So we should go and see if the rumors are true or not. I know you're not interested in this in stuff like urban legends, Mayu, I think that's. But next week we'll start preparing for the end of the semester, and I won't be able to hang out with you. Lately, we haven't gone anywhere together, haven't we? The full moon was next Sunday. I'm sure Himeno wouldn't have anything, but I suspect because it happens to be Sunday, and the next week happens to be our exams, she's chosen Manten Aquarium. I know that I'm not hiding my confusion or my hesitation very well. Even so, Himeno turns her carefree grin my way. Since it's an aquarium, even if the rumors aren't true, we can still have fun, right? Well, that's true. Usually anywhere I go with Himeno, I have fun. Whether or not we'd have fun was not what I was worried about.
I
the way, Mayu, in the east building of Manten Aquarium, they have a Hagen that, whatever that is, as in the eat-in restaurant. They said they closed up at a point, but it looks like they're reopening for a limited time. Really? Really? They have cookies and cream flavor you like too, Mayu. Of course I hesitate, but in the end, that settles it. Then we'll go. As long as we definitely get some cookies and cream. Saying you have no money because you did too much shopping is out of the question. I know. After all, I'm something of a glutton myself. Fine. And then we sell on Manten Aquarium and ice cream for Sunday. Since I have already received my money, my reward money for moving on to the next grade, I don't need to worry about my allowance. Still, it's been 5 years. Do you see something, Mayu? Nope, nothing. Bit my tongue covering the words that I had carelessly spelled out. I'm looking forward to the aquarium. It's probably been about 10 years. I'm looking forward to the cookies and cream. It's probably been about 10 years. That's not true. It's the truth. That's the only thing I'll eat there. Himeno goes, "You little," as she playfully stretches my cheek. Then lunch chime sounds, and Himeno goes back to her own seat. If it's with Himeno, I'll be fine. That's what I told myself at the time. Okay, can I say? Oh, good. Alright guys, I'm going to call it good. Thank you all so much for watching. If you liked the video, feel free to give it a like and subscribe for more further content that I may put up out in the future. It helps quite a bit. And anywho, thanks again, and have a good day / night. See ya, everyone.